Yo guys, in this video, I'm going to be doing some live trading on Bet105. That's a sports book that I made a review on in the last video. It's an offshore book, and the big things are they don't limit you, and they got reduced juice. So you can see here, it's plus 100, minus 110 instead of minus 110, minus 110. So, and it's minus 104, minus 106 instead of minus 108, minus 112. So you're getting better odds. It's saving you money in the long run. And I'm doing a little bit of a bankroll challenge here. As you can see, I've got around 860 bucks, and I started with 500 here a couple days ago. I got 25 bets pending right now. I just made a bunch with OddsJam, and unfortunately, my mic was on mute, so I'm gonna have to do that again. But basically, you go here, you can see my daily figures. Made 40 bucks Friday, 259 bucks Saturday, and I've made 68 bucks already today. So here's how I'm doing it. OddsJam, right? I'll leave a link in the description for OddsJam. I'll leave a link in the description for Bet105. I do have a promo code for Bet105. It's Playbook. It'll get you deposit 100 bucks. You get 50 bucks for free bets. Now, on OddsJam, what OddsJam does is it scans all these sports books, right? And it has an algorithm where it weights them and figures out what the true odds are, taking into account all this data. And you usually want to be betting like more than 2% plus EV, but you can play around with it. So you just refresh this page, and typically, like if you're using normal sports books, so like you got FanDuel, say you got a no vig, throw in like a Profit X, Prize Picks, right? You see there's more options, right? And you can bet these, but I'm trying to do a little bankroll challenge just on Bet105 here, so we'll stick to that for now. And there's two things. For some reason, the tennis for me on Bet105 is just like, I can't find out where the tennis is. So I don't see tennis here. So I don't know how OddsJam is finding their tennis odds, but I'm just going to hide that because I can't find the tennis. So I'll come back when I have a bet, or actually I did record all of my bets that I placed earlier. So I'm just going to show you those and I'll talk over them. See, this is me a little earlier when I was showing through OddsJam, talking about it, and we got this one, Christian Braun, under 12.5 points. So we're going to load that up in Bet105. And as you can see, it's pretty easy to navigate Bet105. You go here, you had to hit show more, find the one Braun, just make sure we're looking and the odds are the same. And again, it's only $15. So a really key part of this strategy is bankroll management and just not over leveraging yourself, because if you make 25 bets at $15 with 2% EV, you're a lot more likely to make money than if you just make one bet that's 2% EV for like $300. Like your standard deviation is a lot lower. You're more likely to be at your mean outcome, which is making $2 every $100 that you bet. So what was I looking at here? Oh, another one popped up. Pajemski under is actually over, so I had to correct myself there. Over 20.5, and as you can see, the odds were minus 122, and then I made the bet, and they actually give me even better odds. They give me minus 121. So it's nice. Bet105, you know, even if you put the bet at bad odds, they're going to give you the updated best odds. It was nice to see that. And so I'm just adding it to the tracker here on OddsJam to make sure I don't bet the same thing twice, because that's another situation where if you bet the same thing twice, you're kind of over leveraging yourself. Boom, we got another one here. We got Fred VanVleet under 26.5 points, rebounds, plus assists. Initially, I'm looking in the wrong section. I'm looking in the points column. Got to go over to the points plus rebounds plus assists. Get it? Okay. It's minus 131. It's supposed to be 130. Well, it's showing 134. Updates to minus 131. I'm still fine because it's a plus 2.5% EV situation. It still checks out. Uh, and I drop a 25 on that one. And we're on to the next. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going through these clips of me refreshing OddsJam, adding these to the tracker just to give you guys kind of an idea of how it looks. Here you see we had a bunch pop up at once. This one's for a soccer game, getting the over on 2.5 goals, getting it at plus 124. And again, you gotta stick to the Kelly multiplier. So in OddsJam, you can enter your bankroll in the profile and the Kelly criteria multiplier that you want. I just stick with 1. I think that's good. If you want to be a little more cautious, you can drop it down to 0.5 or 0.25, but I wouldn't go higher than 1 because then you kind of risk blowing your bankroll. So as you can see, we're just filling in these bets as they come in on OddsJam, and you can see the probability percentage when OddsJam was open. You could see it tells you the probability percentage that it thinks that that event is going to happen, and that probability percentage is of course higher than the implied odds you're getting on the bet are, and that's where that expected value comes in, because the actual likelihood that these events are supposed to happen is slightly higher than the implied odds of the odds that you're betting on. So I'm just gonna keep doing this, and guys, let me know. I plan on doing a couple more videos like this, or maybe an update video letting you guys know how the outcome of these bets went on, or how the account is progressing over time. I could definitely do that for you guys. Here you can see we got 25 bucks on Michael Porter under 12 points. I actually got it at plus 111 when the plus 110 was the 2.7 EV, so we're actually getting slightly more EV than that. And these opportunities are coming every once in a while. I cut them up so that it looks like they're all coming back to back. They're not all coming right back to back. But if you had a lot of sports books entered in, you would be getting them kind of back to back at this time. I do like between like 3:30 and 4:30 Pacific time. That's usually when there's a lot of games about to start for the NBA or the MLB. And usually the odd discrepancies when you find good odds is like right when the game's about to start. So like this one was at 4:06 p.m. and that Dodgers game starts at 4:10. So maybe something came up, or like people were betting last minute on Dustin May, whatever his name is, to go over on his strikeouts. So the lines shifted, and no one had bet on Bet105, so their lines hadn't shifted, and so you're able to get that positive like 4% opportunity. So usually they're around game time or when they announce injury decisions. So usually, like I said, 3:30 to 4:30 Pacific time is kind of the hot spot for finding these. But again, if you're using those peer-to-peer books like ProfitX or NoVig or even Polymarket, which I don't think OddsJam has, what do you call it, integration with. Those peer-to-peer markets, you can find positive EV opportunities all the time, because it's just, it's just regular schmegular guys posting what they want to bet, and they're not necessarily looking at what the fair odds they could get on a different sports book would be. But for Bet105, I was getting these, I was getting these like once every, 5 to 10 minutes, I was getting one. But again, these opportunities weren't super high EV, usually around 2%, but that's enough for me. And so, yeah, guys, let me know what you want to see. Like and subscribe. See you later. Peace.